Hello, I am Rob Palin from Hot Mash Tutorials, and today we're going to do a video about string bends. Now, bending the string is pretty much exactly how it sounds. But there are several ways to do this, some of which are better than others, and there are certain things that you should be avoiding. So this video will glance through all of those to make sure that you will be playing proper string bends. Now, the first thing to think about with string bends is to mute noise from other strings. So basically, when you bend a string, use perhaps the index finger of your left hand to bend the string above it. Above it as in it's higher up on the guitar. For instance, I will now attempt to bend a D to an E, and I'll use my index finger to mute the G string, like this. Now, had I have not used my index finger, you'd get this sound. You get the little harmonic from the G string, which, let's be fair, is not good if you're playing live. Now, there are other ways to mute this string, which brings us on to the second point, ways of muting noise. Now, I showed you one being the index finger of the left hand. Now, the second one is to use this part of your right hand. So, for instance, when I play the string, like that, is to use that part of the hand to mute it. I, however, find this more difficult, as you've probably just heard. So, I will attempt to do that now. So my index finger is not being used. I'm just using my right hand to mute neighbouring string. So yeah, it's literally using, similar to a palm muting technique, but you're just using it to mute the neighbouring strings of the one that you are bending. Now, the next thing to consider when bending the string is how much do you want the pitch to change. For instance, do you want a tone bend, which is what I've just been doing? Do you want a semitone bend? Or do you want more than that? Which can be more and more difficult, as you just heard by my little stray harmonic. But the best way to practice this is simply to just sit there bending the string, playing it, and memorising sort of how your muscles feel at different pitches. So at the semitone pitch and at the tone pitch. And trying to nail it, which I didn't with a couple of those. Now, another thing to touch on is perhaps the reason that we use string bends. For instance, you can get this pitch accurately by just going 2 frets up. But this provides a different sound. For instance, you can just go, but you don't get that sort of slide into it, which is why we bend the string. Now, if you consider all the things I just mentioned, your string bends should be clean, they should be crisp, and they should purely only let out the noise that you want. So the note and then the finishing pitch that you've bent up to. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please check out our other videos, they can be found here and here. I've been Rob Palin for Hot Mash Tutorials. Ciao.